and welcome. This is Ameco and you're watching our daily updates live from Bahar Dar, Ethiopia. I am Gaila Damu. Stay tuned. Deputy Prime Minister Temesgen Tiruna said the approach used to build the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is a big lesson that serves as a model for African nations. Modom Luye tells us more.
The Deputy Prime Minister made the remark at the commemoration of the 13th anniversary of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam held in Addis Ababa. Temesgen pointed out despite the enormous challenges Ethiopia faced, it has been able to safeguard its rights to construct the dam.
In doing so, we safeguarded our right to conceive, design, finance and construct for Ethiopia's prosperity. This approach serves as a pioneering and exemplary model for nations across our continent grappling with poverty.
The anniversary celebrated under the theme Together We Can featured a series of events including panel discussions and a photo exhibition. Deputy Prime Minister Temesgen Tiruna on the occasion lauded the unified efforts of the government and the public in overcoming significant challenges over the past 13 years. Temesgen recalled the construction of the dam has now reached an impressive 95.8% milestone, and Ethiopia has resolutely upheld the principle of African solutions to African problems on the global stage. Water and Energy Minister Habtamu Ittafa on his part highlighted Ethiopia's long-standing experience in dam construction for electricity generation and irrigation purpose. Habtamu cited other dam projects like Koka, Kibe, Takaze and Tisabay among others, yet these are not enough to meet the country's need of electricity consumption.
The combined output of these dams falls short of 4,000 megawatts, representing less than 8% of Ethiopia's hydroelectric potential.
According to Habtamu, the success of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam serves as a powerful testament to the Ethiopian spirit of it is possible. The minister also noted this spirit, including the project execution experience, knowledge and technology transfer, are imperative for developing other projects in the future.
International Water Management Institute Regional Representative Abdul Karim Said noted the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam will greatly contribute to the overall mutual benefit of the region. Vivendel Nessa has more.
International Water Management Institute is a non-profit scientific research organization focusing on the sustainable use of water and land resources in developing countries. Talking to Ethiopian News Agency, the regional representative stated the GERD will play a leading role in strengthening cooperation and integration in East Africa. Abdul Karim added using natural resources for common development is crucial for East Africa, which is plagued by various man-made and natural problems. According to Abdul Karim, who is also senior water resources specialist, the joint use of natural resources is crucial for economic development of the continent and the region. In this regard, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam will not only ensure the mutual benefit of the countries, but also contribute to peace and stability of the region.
In every country, especially in African countries, population is increasing at a very rapid rate. Together with it, there's also urbanization. More and more people are coming to urban areas. And if you and then comes climate change, all right? So if you combine all this, what does it mean? Increase in water demand, increase in energy demand, in food demand. We need to address those, all right? So the Ethiopian government has ambitious infrastructure development activities over the last decades, for example, which has, made definitely, visible on the ground. The GERD is one example, but it's not only GERD. We had several other projects which are being implemented to address all those.
The International Water Management Institute pointed out, Ethiopia is building the dam based on the principle of mutual benefit of water resources, which is one of the natural resources that binds the region together. Abdul Karim explains that a lot of developments are happening in every country, especially in African countries, because population has been increasing at a very rapid rate, together with urbanization and increasing climate change. The expert believes that the way Ethiopia has gone to build the dam to meet the growing demands for energy, accelerate economic growth and deal with climate change is correct. Abdul Karim also noted that the efforts to resolve the disputes arising in the riparian countries during the process of building the dam have been encouraging. Abdul Karim expressed his beliefs that the disputes surrounding the dam will be resolved through negotiation. The representative also advises the importance of having common information and understanding in order to avoid conflicts and use water resources equitably. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, which is near completion, will have an installed capacity of generating 5,150 megawatts upon going fully operational, making it the largest hydropower project in Africa that benefits countries in the region and beyond.
Vice Presidents at the World Bank Group visited the small and medium manufacturing industries in Addis Ababa. The Vice President, jointly with Ethiopia's Industry Minister Melaku Alebel, visited the working conditions of the engineering and ATM textile and clothing manufacturing enterprises which produce plastic ropes. Minister of Industry Melaku stated this visit is aimed at strengthening further support to these productive manufacturers that have been receiving loans from the World Bank. According to the minister, the small and medium manufacturing industries are playing a major role in Ethiopia's economy through creating job opportunities and income generating. On her part, the Vice President of the World Bank Group, Lisa Rosen, expressed her satisfaction with the activities of the manufacturers she saw during her visit. Lisa Rosen added, the industries are working in a manner that would support the efforts of climate-friendly activities and it is aligned with the goals of the World Bank. Ethiopia started the construction of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam 13 years from now. In spite of diplomatic pressure, the country is now coming to the final stage of the dam construction. Modom Luye has followed the story.
The idea of building a dam over the Nile was first incepted by the last emperor of Ethiopia, Haile Selassie I. And it came practically true when the late Prime Minister of the country, Meles Zenawi, laid the foundation for the construction of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam 13 years ago.
The construction of this dam is a historical turning point in our country. This dam is beyond altering our electricity consumption. We can also generate huge income by exporting electricity to neighboring countries. To lift ourselves out of poverty, we are set to afford to pay any sort of sacrifice. We don't start what we can't finish. This
mega hydropower project was primarily planned and designed for electricity production. It's thought to have the potential to lift millions of Ethiopians out of darkness and poverty. Yet the commencement of the dam's construction has become a source of dispute from the riparian countries, particularly Egypt. Egypt claims the giant dam at the source of the world's longest river could reduce the water supplies downstreaming into the country. However, Ethiopia has insisted the hydropower dam could not cause a potential impact against the natural flow of the Nile.
I want to assure the people of Egypt and the people of Sudan that this construction will cause no significant harm to the people of our three countries, and specifically to the people of Egypt.
In spite of all diplomatic pressures, Ethiopia has continued building Africa's largest hydropower dam on its own river by its own financial capacity. The dam's construction has now reached an irreversible stage. 95% of its construction has been completed. The fourth and final round of filling the dam's reservoir was successfully completed months ago. 2 of its 13 turbines have already started generating electricity. Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Abiy Ahmed, constantly calls for the downstream riparian countries to collaboration rather than confrontation regarding the dam.
የታችኛው The downstream countries, the brothers, the people of Egypt and Sudan, the water will flow, and the world must know that the dam will not affect them. All that was said about Ethiopia seeking to prevent the flow of water is untrue, and we will not allow the people to starve or thirst. We seek integration between the three countries and a real partnership.
The construction of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam was commenced 13 years from now. However, changes of government and leaders in the country, financial constraints, diplomatic pressures and other potential reasons have prolonged the dam's completion. But now it's coming to the final moment when Ethiopians are eagerly waiting for.
We are now putting the turbines in what we call Unit 10. We're installing the shaft for Unit 10 as soon as some important works are completed. In a few months, it's all about connecting it to the transformers, and this will provide the biggest outcome of this work for the people of Ethiopia, which is generating electric power.
The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is set to double the country's current electricity production and significantly help its people lift out of poverty. Each and every Ethiopian has been pressing their fingerprints in the financial contribution to the construction of the dam. And about 20 billion birr has been collected from the public so far. Ethiopia has already started exporting electricity to neighboring countries, yet before the completion of the Grand Hydropower project and generating billions of dollars from it.
Meanwhile, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam construction journey has passed many ups and downs. As the construction of the dam nears completion, we look back at the key moments in the past 13 years. Vivian Del Nessa has compiled this report from selected sources.
This dam is absolutely huge. Welcome to the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, an epic name for an epic feat of engineering.
From its start, the GERD faced different challenges that could hinder its development. World leaders, international monetary organizations, regional union representatives and international institutions have been pushing Ethiopian leaders to stop the development of GERD. Several times, Egypt and its allies threatened Ethiopia if Ethiopia keeping constructing the dam, as Egypt would use military power.
No one can take a single drop of water from Egypt, and whoever wants to try it, let them try. I'm not threatening anyone here. Our dialogue is always reasonable and rational. No one can take a drop from Egypt's water, and if it happens, there will be inconceivable instability in the region.
International Monetary Fund Organization blocked the aid. Through many ups and downs, the construction of the dam has been continued and reached at final stages of filling the dam. Recently, the final in its first round filling of the dam reservoir has been completed. Higher officials and leaders of Ethiopia have been committed to resolve the disagreement with Egypt in diplomatic way, side by side the construction of the dam.
The GERD is a manifestation of equitable and reasonable use. We are certain that the GERD has immense benefits to lower riparian countries. Nonetheless, we have kept our doors open to accommodate concerns our fellow riparian countries might have. We reiterate our commitment to the African Union trilateral process.
Egypt and its allies distributed their propaganda as Egypt's water source is in danger.
I'll speak to Osama bin Javed. He joins me here in Doha, where Arab foreign ministers have been holding talks.
The Grand Renaissance Dam is about to be receiving its second filling, and that is a point of concern.
However, Ethiopian leaders had made clear repeatedly the dam will not be a threat to the riparian countries.
ግብጽ ወገን የሚቀርቡ ሐሳቦች በፊት ከነበርንበት ደረጃ ዝቅ የሚያደርግና
We tried a lot to resolve the disagreement with Egypt in a diplomatic way. However, Egypt's negotiation proposal harms Ethiopia's national interests. Because of this, we have not reached an agreement. We will continue our effort to reach an agreement. We are looking forward to resolve the disagreement with Egypt in a peaceful manner, and we will work for it.
በውይይት እንዲፈቱ ድርድሩ እንዲቀጥል ነው።
Half of the country's population live without electricity. 70% of the population live in poverty, and it has famine in every 10 or 5 years since 1954. GERD has a great hope for the population of Ethiopia to solve shortages of electricity and to eradicate historical famine.
That's all the news we have for today. I'm Gaila Damu. Thanks for watching and stay tuned with the rest of our programs.